Quiet on set. Picture is up. Alright, roll sound.
Rolling.
Roll cameras.
Cam's rolling.
And 3, 2.
Hello everybody, welcome to a special edition of Hank's Think Tank. I'm Mark Hogan, and here we are in Austin, Texas to check out the work of local artist Michele Hogan on exhibit at the Sharon and Brian Moore Alternative Space Gallery. Come on, let's go. Well, we made it to the gallery. Come on.
From like 1999, 2000. Yeah, we have. Brad and I just doing it. Josh has it. Carlos Venus.
Stop. Never shout. Oh, I know. I know.
Well, hello, Michele Hogan.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm alright. The artist herself, Michele Hogan, has an upcoming art exhibit September 10th, 2022 at the Alternative Space Gallery in Austin, Texas. So, what are we going to be looking at?
Well, we're going to be looking at a bunch of paintings, and they're going to span from 2018 to the current work, which there are 2 series, and those have been done this year.
I love the name of the show, Rabbits, Hairs, and Things We Wear. Tell us about that.
Well, mostly the work is still life. I've had people ask me, what is still life? It's the arrangement of one or more inanimate objects. And what I love about still life is inherently narrative. When we come to a piece of art, we humans bring our own experiences, and through that lens, we interpret it in a way that's uniquely our own. And we make up a story. If there's more than one art object, we ask ourselves, what's the relationship between those objects? If there's a character, such as a rabbit, we ask ourselves, what is that rabbit doing? What happened before this moment, and what's going to happen
Right.
next?
Well, what is up with that rabbit? What's going on?
What the hell is going on with the rabbit?
Every rabbit tells a story from what I hear.
That's right. So I don't plan out my subject matter. I go to thrift stores and I just am open to whatever's there. I'm never looking for rabbits. I've just found that there are a lot of rabbits out there in the world that people don't want. And so I just accidentally have a bunch of rabbits. And but I have other stuff too. And I find stuff that makes me smile or laugh, take it home, I arrange it in my little setup box until it just kind of works. And yeah, that's how the subject matter's decided.
And this is in oil, right?
Yes.
And you're working on, right now, a little dress, I see.
I am.
And some rabbit's hairs and the things we wear. I could
That's
tell
right.
that. You've got several of those works ready to go into the gallery on September 10th.
Yes.
That's awesome. So tell me about yourself. Who's Michele Hogan?
Well, I'm from Houston, and I've studied art in Houston, New York, Detroit, and I got my bachelor's degree in studio art from UT. When I graduated, I discovered that, as is the case with a lot of art students, once you get out of school, it can be hard to maintain a regular art practice. with all those grown-up responsibilities and that pesky job. That
Yeah,
gets
the
in
bills
way.
have to be paid, that's for sure.
Exactly. So every single day there's a reason not to make art. And it's hard to not just put it on the back burner. So I tried. I would take classes, I would take workshops, but it was always a challenge to generate enough momentum to
Right.
have a practice at home.
And you've done other mediums besides oil, is that
Yes,
right? Sculpture
yes.
even.
Sculpture, printmaking, a lot of drawing and collage, so yeah, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I was always trying to maintain a daily practice, and in the meantime I had a lot of different jobs, 2 different careers. All the while I had this long list of paintings I wanted to make in my head. I actually have a binder full of ideas. So
Right.
one day I was lamenting my woes to a friend, and she said, Michelle, just make art 20 minutes a day. Set a timer.
Just do a little bit every
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
You can find 20 minutes. So I took her advice, and that first night when the timer went off, I turned it off and I said, I'm just gonna do a couple more things. And the next thing I knew, I looked up and 4 hours had passed. I forgot to eat dinner and I didn't care. 'Cause I
There
had a
you go.
blast.
It made you
Yeah.
happy, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I got back into it, and it's been great.
That's
And here we are.
fantastic. I know you've been featured in a magazine with your collages a few
Yes.
years ago, and that was a fun deal for you, and for everybody else too. So the clothing and the rabbits, do they correlate at all? I mean, are the rabbits going to wear any of these little dresses or?
No, but that would be awesome.
Right.
That's a great idea. That's the next show.
Okay.
Yes. Rabbits, hares, and things they wear.
Right, and I understand there's scientifically a big difference between rabbits and hares, so it's not like you're using the same subject and calling it something else, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we
That's
learned
right.
about that on Google
We
earlier.
did. We did, yes.
So, what else do you want everybody to know about Michelle's art?
Well, the show is going to be up through October 28th. It's at the Alternative Space Gallery.
So it'll be
in
hanging
Austin.
up for sale at the Alternative Space Gallery in Austin, Texas,
Yes.
through October.
Through October 28th.
October, no, okay, they can
Yes.
take it down before Halloween.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. And this gallery's by appointment only, so if you want to contact me, I can make an appointment for that. You can message me through my Facebook page, which is Michele Hogan Artist.
Michele Hogan Artist, got it.
Yes.
On Facebook. And you have an Instagram
I do.
at Michele Hogan Art?
That's right.
Well, how did I guess that, right? And the gallery has a Facebook page.
Yes.
And I understand that's kind of a long one. We'll put a graphic under here so everybody can get it. And that is Sharon and Brian Moore, Alternative Space Gallery.
Yes.
I got it right the first
You
time.
did.
Is anything else you want to let everybody know?
I guess that's about it. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for being here, and we're looking forward to the show on September 10th.
Descarga la carreta, me voy al transbordador, pam pam, a descargar la carreta, para cumplir con la meta, pam pam, ella pequeña la voz, vaya va, al monte, vaya va, al monte, vaya va, al monte, vaya va, al monte. Yo trabajo sin reposo, para poder descansar. Yo trabajo sin reposo, Dude, man. Hello, how are you? You got a Texas hat on? That's my signature. That's a super part. Yes, my mom. Right.
First hand wiggles. We're not one hand. We used to go to Central Market where they used to play all the time. We bought the CDs, and that was the soundtrack, I guess, of his childhood.
Porque el campo se le ve más dura, recuerda las horas que hasta la locura. Sí, 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 estamos en tan profundo, eres muy consentida, que no sepa nada. Sí, 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 estamos en tan profundo, eres muy consentida, que no sepa todo. Eres muy consentida, la niñita de mis ojos. Siempre me cama, cosas se acuesta. Sí, sí, sí.
Yeah, so again, thanks for being here. I'm going to share with you a little bit about my background, and then I'll talk about the work. In high school, I studied art in Houston and New York. And then my freshman year in college, I went to an art school in Detroit. And then I came back to Texas, got my bachelor's degree in studio art and at UT. And then when I graduated, I discovered that it can be challenging to maintain a regular art practice once you get out of school, but with all those grown-up responsibilities. Every single day there's a reason to not make art, but I tried. I would take classes and workshops here and there. I would get my practice going at home, get some good momentum, and then something in life would come along that was unexpected, as it does, and I would allow it to derail me. So then after a while I would start again, and that pattern kept happening for many years, unfortunately. Meanwhile, I was pretty much walking around every day thinking of all the paintings that I wanted to make. So in 2014, I finally figured out how to get back into my practice and sustain it. Artists are much happier when they're making art, so it's been great. And here we are. All right. The work. In 2017 and 2018, and I know some of you can't see this, but we can imagine it. I limited myself to working in just one color because it's a really nice way to really focus on kind of the nuts and bolts of what makes a strong painting. So we have some paintings in one color. Over yonder are some drawings in colored pencil. Each drawing is one colored pencil. Then I kind of tiptoed into two colors. In the back there's a little apple in two colors. And then I moved on to full color. And this piece is I did in 2019. It was one of the first paintings I did in full color. It's a commissioned piece of a very sweet dog named Trouble. And on this side of the room, all of this work was done this year. There, as you can see, it's all still life. And I've had some people ask me what is still life. It's the arrangement of inanimate objects. And what I love about it is that it's inherently narrative. We humans are storytellers, and when we see a piece that has more than one object in it, we ask ourselves, what's the relationship between those objects? And why am I being asked to think about it? If we see a character, such as, I don't know, maybe a rabbit, perhaps, we ask ourselves, what's going on with the rabbit and those objects? What happened the moment that led up to that moment, and what's going to happen next? So there's a series to the left of the doors over there, and that one's called Something Old and Something New. And I really see those pieces as open-ended prompts for stories. The reason, well, you'll notice that there are a lot of very traditional elements going on. We have the genre of still life itself, the use of classical painting techniques, dramatic lighting, and some of the dark, moody backgrounds of the 17th century painters. The pieces are placed in antique frames, and all of that seriousness is paired with contemporary subject matter that isn't so serious. My hope in pairing the old and the new is to create an interesting little unusual scenario which will draw in the viewers, and then they will launch their epic tales. Now, while the pairing of the old and the new is very much premeditated, the subject matter isn't. I go to thrift stores and garage sales. I'm never looking for anything specific. Believe it or not, I am never looking for rabbits. I have just discovered there are a lot of rabbit figurines out there in the world that people don't want, which is weird. Anyway, so I go in, and if I see something that makes me smile or laugh or it seems fun to paint, I bring it home. I have a little setup box. It's kind of a tiny stage. And I arrange the items in various ways until they just seem to work. I don't really know why they work. Seems like maybe there's a potential there for a narrative. I don't personally spend time thinking about what that story might be for me because I just want to get on with the painting. But I have had people share with me what comes up for them when they see the work. It's always something different for every person. It's always so interesting to me. If you would like to share that with me tonight, please do, because I love that. The last series over here, the clothing. The origin story of the green dress is a very short story. I found it in a thrift store and I thought, oh my gosh, that's a painting. That's the story. I have a friend here, Alexis, who is wearing the green dress tonight. But the rest of these pieces, the rest of the clothing I found at my parents' house. One day, I opened a closet and I saw all of these articles of clothing that belonged to my family, and my first thought was, oh my gosh, that's a bunch of awesome paintings. So that's what these are. The ivory gown was my mom's in 1959. The mouton coat was hers in 56. The little red dress she made for me in 1970. And my great Aunt Faye made the baby dress for my Aunt Barbara in 1946. So I created this series in what was my dad's studio. He was an artist. And I have been working there quite a bit this year, using his easel next to his art history books and painting these family heirlooms, which has been a tremendous experience. So I want to dedicate this show to my dad. I have a sculpture of his back there in the corner. It's a bronze piece. And I encourage you to take a close look at it. It has a lot of really nice detail. The character of the face is quite lovely. So I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, please come find me. I might not know the answers, but I love to talk about art. So I hope you enjoy the show. I know you'll enjoy the band. We have Austin's Own Cienfuegos. You'll notice that some of the tags have a little red dot. Those are already sold. The rest are available. If you would like to acquire any of them, Eva at the table can help you in there. And thanks again for coming. And let's enjoy the art party.